Well, Sfredo Chaser goes in the Riyadh Dirt Sprint, and we're joined by the connections of the horse, the trainer, Dan Black. The jockey, Johnny Velazquez, is also part of the International Jockeys Challenge, which takes place tomorrow. And also from my Racecourse as well, we've got one of the, from the owners group as well, Joe Moran as well, joining us here on the podium. Welcome to you all. Great to see you all here in Saudi Arabia. And Dan, you must be really excited about the challenge that lies ahead on Saturday.
Yes, yeah, we are. The horse is in great form, so we're thrilled to be here, and everyone's been very welcoming, and we're looking forward to it.
And how's he taken the journey, and how's he adapted to his new surroundings?
He's done everything really well. I couldn't be happier with the way he travelled. He came over here, takes it all in his stride. He's really thrived since he's been in Saudi. I think he's really enjoying it. I mean, he's a horse that really is an athlete, and he's done very well since he's been here. He's worked well and trained well every day with great energy and real enthusiasm for his training. So I'm really happy with the way he's doing.
And he's happy, and you're happy as well. A whole new experience for yourself being here in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honoured to have a horse to compete here in the kingdom, and it's always an ambition of a trainer to take great horses overseas, and so it's a thing that has always been a big ambition of mine to come here and race in Saudi Arabia. So it's exciting to have one that's obviously the favourite in the race as well.
Yeah, very warm on the international market. And Joe, when did coming across to Saudi Arabia become a realistic target for this horse?
I think heading into the Breeders' Cup, we had ambitions that if he ran well that day, that the overseas races were going to be a big factor in us. We always take it race by race, and we've had to be very patient with this horse. But ultimately, once he won the Breeders' Cup, once he came out of it well, it became a quick target for us and an easy decision to come for the big money.
And he seemed to be a horse who was improving towards the back end of last season. His run into the Breeders' Cup and the Breeders' Cup itself were two standouts.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dan's done a tremendous job. As I mentioned, we just really have had to give this horse time. He runs well fresh. If you turn him back too quick, he maybe might not fire his best effort, but we've spaced out his races perfectly, and Dan's just done a tremendous job with him.
And do you feel like yourself, Dan, that this horse is really just coming to himself and at the peak of his powers through the back end of last season into this?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he was always a horse that was going to improve with age. I mean, he didn't start until the middle of his 3-year-old year, and he's just got better through 4 and 5-year-old, and now like it's all come together with his soundness, and obviously his race record proves it. The last 2 races, the best of his career, and we're just he seems like he's peaking, and the way he's been training over the last couple months at home and here, he seems as good as ever. So I'm really excited to see how he goes on Saturday.
And just for anybody who's never come across you before, obviously an Englishman based in California, what was the journey that's taken you from the UK across to the States?
How much time we got?
As long as you like.
No, I'll give you the quick one. I mean, I was fortunate enough to be accepted onto the Godolphin Flying Start program, okay. Sheikh Mohammed's brainchild, and during that program, I spent some time with Richard Mandela in California and fell in love with American racing, and he was kind enough to give me a job. So I went to work for him full-time as an assistant and just really felt at home in California. And after some time working for Tom Albertrani on the East Coast, I went back to California to set up on my own business.
And you've turned to a man as well who knows Saudi Arabia very well to be on board once again.
Oh, man. I mean, we're just so fortunate to have Johnny in the irons. He gets on so well with these horses. He's a very talented horse. He's very fast, but he's not the easiest horse to ride. You kind of got to unlock his full potential. And Johnny, you could just see he gets on so well with him, really gets the best out of him, and we feel really fortunate to partner up with him here again.
And Johnny, it's a warm welcome back to Saudi Arabia for you. You've been coming here since what? Since the late 1990s?
Say that again? My first year here was 1997.
Okay. And it's a country that's been quite good to you over the years. You've won some of the nice races here.
It's been very, very good to me. I mean, every year they will come here. Lucky enough to win a race, though, except last year I was finished second here on the grass. But yeah, it's been very good to me, yes.
And how much have you seen the racing here and the quality of racing improve in that time?
Drastically. Obviously, from 1997, when my first year I was here, I mean, racing in Saudi, it was not so much international. It was more local horses, though. Now it's international, so it has grown up intensively, and I'm glad to see it. It has brought the whole world together to come here to Saudi Arabia. Yes.
Yeah, and how do you rate Straight No chances? How Straight No Chaser's chances in the Riyadh Dirt Sprint? This horse coming here with a huge reputation and a big chance.
Oh yeah, I mean, Dan said it earlier, so he's doing great. Happy to hear that, and from day one when I rode him, I got along well. But I mean, just by all the things he had told me about the horse, so, he's doing great with him. Listen to all his quirkiness, if you will. Try to get along with him, and it worked out really really well with me. Dan done a great job with him. I mean, my job is actually stay away from his mouth and try to keep him happy the way he does things and keep him running.
And you've ridden on the dirt tracks all around the world. How different is the dirt track here in Riyadh to the tracks back in America?
I mean, it all depends on day to day, though. But the track here I mean, it could be a very fast track as well, and holds the speed. It all depends how fast you're gonna go, and how can you hold on, though. So my job is try to keep him on his own rhythm, and not stay out of his mouth, basically. And I think that's the best way he runs.
And you've got 4 good rides as well at the International Jockeys Challenge. We heard from 3 of the riders going up against you a few moments ago. You must be really excited for the challenge that lies ahead tomorrow.
Absolutely excited for the challenge, but it's the luck of the draw, if you will. What kind of horses you're gonna end up riding, though. And hopefully you get a couple horses that has a good chance and get opportunity to win a race in that sense. So, but it's exciting time. Be part of the whole challenge with great jockeys and new jockeys. Obviously, they have some very young jockeys in the challenge, but it's exciting to be part of it. Yeah, definitely.
It's a unique thing to bring together riders we heard from Kelly from New Zealand, we heard from Sybil from Germany, we've got James MacDonald, the world's best, who I think you've yet to come up against, have you? Have you ridden against James before?
I don't think so. The only one that has ridden with is Christoph.
Christoph
I've ridden
Simeon.
many times in different part of the world, but the other ones I don't think I've ridden against them. No.
That's a great opportunity. And Dan, for yourself to be here with a big chance, what would victory on Saudi Cup night on such a global event mean for you? Another global event on the back of the Breeders' Cup.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a huge achievement for any trainer to have a horse just to compete here, and obviously a win would be a dream come true. So obviously it'd mean a huge amount for me and my team, and for the owners, my racehorse. They've been really supportive of me, and I'm just really thankful to have this horse to train. So I'm excited, and I mean, a win would be awesome.
And Joe, would you have ambitions of moving on from here across the Gulf into Dubai in 4 weeks' time?
I think that's definitely the goal, but we're going to just take Saturday as it comes in. Hopefully it comes out of it well. Hopefully we get a good performance. But we have 946 owners involved with Straight No Chasers. So anytime we can bring them to new experiences, this being one of them, it's just an amazing part of our company, and to have that many people involved and take them to places they never thought would be possible for ownership. That's really what the company was started for, and it's pretty amazing seeing it come to front.
And how many of those get to travel and come across to Saudi Arabia?
So we had one owner that took the trip that's in the crowd out here today, Steve Carpenter. Got in the other day and has been able to spend the mornings with me, coming to see him train. So that's been awesome. But others had the opportunity to pay for it. But, we only had one that ended up making the trip. And it was kind of, not that it was last minute, but we just wanted to see how all of his final works went to make the trip. I think if everything goes well and he goes to Dubai, being that he'll be based there right away, we'll probably have some people making the plans knowing that it'll be solidified a little bit more.
And are these owners based in where? Just in America, or you got a global sort of base with them?
Well, we do have a global organization of an Australian branch of My Racehorse, but all the owners involved in Straight No Chaser are in America, spread throughout. Steve, who's here, is from Colorado, so not even based in California where the horse is based, but that's the great thing. We bring people from all over the world to be involved with one horse.
And how do you engage with those on a daily basis? Are you sending out to the best part of 1,000 people videos and interviews with Dan?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I kind of came here so early, to not only experience the journey myself, but be able to provide that journey with all the owners. I've kind of been saying my updates have been, Monday morning with Straight No Chaser, Monday afternoon, and kind of video the whole process, get Dan's feedback on how each days go, and make them feel that they were a part of being here without even being here.
A bit of pressure on you, Dan. Not just one owner on your back, but the best part of 1,000 of them.
Well, I know you say it in jest, but to be honest, they've been great owners for me, and really, it's I feel no pressure at all. That's what makes it such a great team. Is that guys like Joe? They always want to do what's right for the horse, and that's my MO as well. So I think that's really the key to this horse's success, is just giving him time to come round on his own, and I think that's one of the reasons why he's peaking as well as he is right now.
And it's great with syndicates like this and what these guys are achieving. It gives an opportunity for a lot more people to come into racing and to experience what it may have been with people with a lot of power behind them have experienced in the past. Yeah,
I mean, absolutely. People ask me what it's like training for 900 plus owners, and I do this because I like bringing people in, sharing the experience of being around horses, and if we have 900 of them, it makes it even more fun. The more owners, the bigger the party. So I really enjoy it, and I like sharing my passion with all these people, and it makes it a bit more special when you have the big wins.
And you must get a lot of joy from that as well yourself, Joe, when you send out a video, say, of Johnny Velazquez talking about their horse running out in Saudi Arabia. You must get some lovely feedback.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's, a dream of mine to be involved with horse racing and as kind of reiterating what Dan said, to share my passion and try to get new people involved to the sport that I love and, provides my life. That's really what I love doing. So it never feels like work, and more fun for me.
Well, thankfully, given we've only got sort of 6 chairs in here, thankfully there's only one owner. So if you're back here on Saturday, we can fit everybody in. Any questions from anybody before we thank the guys? No? All good? Well, look, thanks for taking the time out, all 3 of you coming in this morning, and hopefully we'll see you back here on Saturday. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.